Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today we're going to be getting into my top 23 books that I'm super excited to read in 2023. I'm literally gonna go through the top 23 books that I pulled from Storygraph that seemed the most interesting and appealing for me, anticipated releases that are coming out next year, and we're just going to go through them together. I haven't read any of the synopses for the most part. I feel like I've heard about most of these either on Instagram, Book Talk, or BookTube in general, or they're just like releases from my favorite authors, so I'm going to be hyped for them no matter what they're about. But we're literally just going to go through these 23 books. Let's get into it. So I literally have every single one pulled up in a separate tab right here, just on my laptop. The first one that we have is A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing. I have really loved 2 out of the 3 releases from Samantha Downing, so I will be reading it regardless. She's kind of turned into an auto-buy author for me. And this description, I don't know, it's kind of like half good, half bad. It could be really, really good, or it could be really, really bad. Like, he started it. I did not like that book, but it follows Wes and Ivy. They are this couple in this tumultuous, toxic relationship. It says when it's good, it's great, but when it's bad, it's really, really bad. They have this vicious cycle of breakups and then head over heels reconnections. But there's something they never talk about: the night of their worst breakup, when one of them took things too far and they killed someone. If they can stick together, they can survive anything, even the tightening net of a police investigation. Okay, so the police are after them because they killed someone during a night of their breakup. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this on my to-read list. Highly anticipated. Next up, we have None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, which I'm going to add to my to-read because Lisa Jewell for me is an auto-buy author, auto-read author, no matter what. We don't have a cover yet, but she's been hyping this one up on Instagram, so I'm excited to see it. It says, celebrating her 45th birthday at a local pub, popular podcaster Alex Summers crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair, who's also celebrating her 45th birthday, so they're birthday twins. Then they keep running into each other. Oh, okay, so this is kind of giving Bitch, I'm Gonna Steal Your Life energy. As soon as one arrives, the other disappears. Yeah, this is giving strong Bitch, I'm Gonna Steal Your Life, and I love that. Also, we only had one review. I'm guessing this is a very, very, very early copy that someone got, or it's Miss Lisa herself. Who knows? And it's fast-paced with strong character development, lovable characters, flawed characters. Yeah, this sounds like a typical Lisa Jewell that I'm gonna love. Next up, we have Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. This is a release from Talia Hibbert next year. I'm so excited. I loved the Brown Sisters books so much, and just looking at this cover, oh my god, I'm so into it. With the trees, it looks like there's a camping situation. We're following Bradley, who is perfect. He's a football player, he's OCD, he always comes out on top. And then Celine, who is his ex-best friend, conspiracy theory obsessed social media girl, not cool enough for the popular kids. But these days, there's nothing between them other than petty insults and academic rivalry. When Celine signs up for a survival course in the woods, she's surprised to find Brad right beside her, and they have to work as a team to win a prize, and of course they're going to fall in love. I love that this is ex-best friends to lovers. Also, it's YA, which that's different. Obviously it's not going to have the level of spice that I have come to love from Talia Hibbert, but I do love the way that she develops romance regardless, so I'll definitely still be picking it up. We have another romance next. We have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I'm so excited for this one. The cover, first of all, is literally me and Cameron. Like, this is me and Cameron on the cover of the book. That is crazy to me. And it takes place in a library. Like, look at the little library books behind that. I'm having a scream. And of course, it's like women in STEM vibes. Elise is our main character, and she is a theoretical physicist. So she does that by day, but by night, she offers her services as a fake girlfriend. So this is gonna be fake dating energy. Jack Smith, the annoyingly attractive and arrogant older brother of her favorite client, is the cold-hearted experimental physicist who ruined her mentor's career and undermined the reputation of theorists everywhere. But he's the same person who stands between Elsie and her dream job. Okay, so this is the same kind of thing as Ellie Hazelwood's last two releases that I have enjoyed pretty much instantly. As soon as I started reading them, I was hooked. I love the enemies to lovers energy, love that she does a fake dating side hustle, and I'm sure it's gonna be hot like the other releases from her. Next up, we're getting into horror. So this is the Grady Hendrix release that I thought was coming out this year, but apparently it's a 2023 release. It just got pushed back. It's called How to Sell a Haunted House, and the description is extremely vague. It says, it's a hilarious and terrifying novel that explores the way your past and your family haunt you like nothing else. So it's playing on like the haunted house trope. It's not going to be like real ghosts though. It's obviously a metaphor for something in the family that haunts the house. I love Grady Hendrix' writing style. I know this one's going to be great. Next up, getting back into romance, we have Happy Place by Emily Henry. A couple who broke up months ago make a pact to pretend to still be together for their annual week-long vacation with their best friends in this glittering wise new novel from Emily Henry. Oh my god, that sounds so good. So it's like fake marriage vibes, but they're going to find their way back to each other on this vacation, I'm assuming. That is so cute. Also love the diversity in the cover with various skin tones. So hopefully we will get some more diverse representation and it's not just going to be another Emily Henry book full of white people. But I do love her writing style, so I'm super excited for this. I also historically have loved romances that follow a long-term couple. Obviously that's my situation in real life, so I'm thinking that I'm gonna really like this one. Next up, we have one that I believe comes out in January, so only about a month to wait for the third Finlay Donovan. Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun. I'm gonna add that to my to read. And we're just expanding on the story of Finlay. It's gonna be another cozy mystery with little romance vibes. I'm not going to read the synopsis, and I encourage you to not read the synopsis if you have not read the series. I just don't want to spoil anything for anyone. Next up is probably my favorite cover that I've seen so far for 2023 releases, and that is the Riley Sager book, The Only One Left. God, this cover is gorge. It's a gothic chiller about a young caregiver assigned to work for a woman accused of Lizzie Borden-like massacre. Oh my god. Yes, 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 yes. That sounds so good. It's kind of playing on Turn of the Screw, I believe, which a lot of authors, thriller authors have been doing that kind of a take lately. Like something like Hidden Pictures, The Nesting, Turn of the Key, and Only One Left feels like it's going to have that energy. I like the extra element of the woman of the house being accused of a massacre. Oh my god, I love this little like rhyme scheme here too. It's giving Daisy Darker. And it's now 1983, so this has an 80s setting. I'm very, very excited for this one. Next up, we have the Mary Kubica release for 2023, which is called Just the Nicest Couple. I'm definitely going to pick it up because I like Mary Kubica. She kind of goes either way for me. I've really loved and really hated some of her books, but this seems like a just missing person thriller, very standard domestic vibes. A husband's disappearance links two couples in this twisty thriller. Jake is missing, and his wife, Nina, thinks that he's blowing off steam at a friend's house after a fight, but then days and days go by and he's still not found. Lily Scott, Nina's friend, thinks she may have been the last to see Jake. Ooh, after Lily confesses everything to her husband, Christian, they decide no one can find out what happened leading up to Jake's disappearance, especially not Nina. Oh my God, drama. This one's going to be drama central. Yeah, after reading that synopsis, I'm definitely highly anticipating this one. Next up, we have Robin Harding's release, which is called The Drowning Woman. Usually Robin Harding comes out with these twisty, juicy, drama-filled, tea-filled domestic thrillers that I absolutely love. So having this kind of dramatic cover with this dramatic title isn't really fitting with what I would expect from her, but let's read the synopsis and see. Oh my gosh, it's long. It's a twisted story of friendship, retribution, and betrayal about a homeless woman fleeing a dangerous past and the wealthy society wife she saves from drowning, who pulls her into a dark web of secrets and lies. All right, so this is like giving The Blind Side if Sandra Bullock's character was horrible. I mean, she was kind of horrible. But like, if she pulled this little homeless child into a dark web of secrets and lies. So Lee is living out of her Toyota Corolla, and early one morning she sees a sobbing woman throw herself into the ocean. She saves her from committing suicide, and then this woman, Hazel, says that she is trapped in a toxic, abusive marriage. She's a prisoner in her own home, and Lee has thwarted her one chance to escape her life. So Hazel goes back to her abusive husband, and Lee thinks she's seen the last of her until her unexpected return. Ooh, they have a close but unlikely friendship, and then one day Hazel makes a shocking request. She wants Lee to help her disappear. Interesting. This seems very dramatic for Robin Harding. I'm interested to see what that will be like. Next up, we have a release from Geneva Rose in 2023, You Shouldn't Have Come Here. And this one is a pretty short synopsis as well. It's about a woman who opens up her house and heart to a total stranger, this guy named Calvin, who just shows up at her door. He's the owner of her Airbnb. It's giving barbarian. Do not let him in. There's no service. There's a missing woman, feeling that things aren't right at the Airbnb. But despite all of these classic thriller tropes and like signs that she should run for her life, she starts to bond with this man, and they are falling for each other. But, of course, the playful romance will turn into a complicated web of lies. Ooh, it's giving obsession. It's giving stalker. I'm excited. Next up, we have a little short story collection by Rachel Harrison called Bad Dolls. Y'all know I'm obsessed with everything doll related. As you can see by my Tiffany shirt, I'm literally obsessed with her. And I love haunted dolls, killer dolls, bad dolls in general. So this literally seems perfect for me. She's exploring themes of body image, female friendship, heartbreak, and hauntings in all of these little stories that take place around bad dolls. I'm obsessed. I cannot wait for this one. Next up, we have Suburban Monsters by Christopher Hawkins, and I haven't heard anyone talk about this one. I just saw it on a little like graphic on Instagram about horror that people are excited to come out in 2023. And this one seems like it's another horror short story collection that take place in suburbia. Y'all know I love that kind of juxtaposition in my horror books. It says 13 Tales of Terror in suburbia. I love things like Suburban Hell, Southern Book Club's Guide, so super excited for that one. Next up, we have Mothered by Zoe Stage, and I've actually never read from Zoe Stage before, but I haven't heard the best things about her books. I did hear about this one, I believe, in Cat Chats. most excited, most anticipated books of 2023, and it sounded really good. It's a psychological thriller about one woman's nightmarish spiral while quarantined with her mother. So basically this mom moves in with her daughter, and then the pandemic starts and they are together. And I know that this is probably something that like actually happened to a lot of people. So it feels like a very real life vibes, like it's gonna have a lot of commentary and things like that. And her mom ends up making an earth-shattering accusation. And as the walls close in on Grace, the ghosts of her past collide with a new but familiar threat. Mom. Oh god, that's gonna be crazy. Jumping back into romance, we have Radiant Sin, which I believe only comes out in February, so not too long of a wait for this one. This is the 4th book in the Dark Olympus series. I have been obsessed with these by Katie Robert. And we are following the romance between Apollo and Cassandra. It is a fake dating trope romance with that urban fantasy setting, Greek mythology themes, and a whole lot of smut. Next up, we have a release from Ashley Winstead, which is going to be released in 2023, called Midnight is the Darkest Hour. At this time, we don't have a cover, we don't have a description, we know nothing about it, but because Ashley Winstead's last 2 releases have been my favorite of 2021 and my favorite of 2022, I'm betting that I'm going to enjoy this one. And if I don't, I will probably be crushed. Next up, we have another short story collection. This one is called In These Hallowed Halls. And I had heard about this one because Lane Fargo, who wrote They Never Learn and Temper, I loved both of those, and they both had strong dark academia vibes. She posted about this on Instagram that she wrote a story for this dark academia themed anthology. I also see quite a few other authors that I've enjoyed, like JT Ellison, Kate Weinberg. So I have high hopes for this one, and it just looks so gorgeous. I love reading dark academia around the fall time, so I think this will be perfect for then. Next up, we have a release from Janice Hallett, The Mysterious Case of the Alberton Angels. And this is going to be a standard Janice Hallett mystery, but I find so much drama and intrigue in her mysteries, even though they are a little bit slower. It says, open the safe deposit box. Inside you will find research material for a true crime book. You must read the documents, then make a decision. Will you destroy them? Will you take them to the police? Everyone knows the story of the Alberton Angels, the cult who brainwashed a young teenage girl and convinced her that her newborn baby was the Antichrist. Holy shit. Believing they had a divine mission to kill the infant, they were only stopped when the girl came to her senses and called the police. They all committed suicide rather than going to prison, and mother and baby disappeared. 2 decades later, a true crime author is writing a book about the angels. The baby has turned 18 and can finally be interviewed if Amanda can find them. Oh my gosh. So we're looking for this baby and finding out what exactly happened with this angel cult years and years ago. This sounds so good. Even though I don't love cult vibes, I usually tend to not enjoy them. I think this is going to be good for me because it has that little true crime spin, and I love the way that Janice Hallett crafts mysteries, so I'm hoping that I'm going to love it. Next up, we have Lucinda Berry's 2023 release called Off the Deep End. Lots of water themes in these 2023 releases. An unthinkable tragedy forever changes a group of teens and turns family against family in this edge-of-your-seat thriller that begs to be read in one sitting. All right, hype yourself up then, Miss Lucinda. One dead, another in a coma, and a third too traumatized to speak. Hold on. This is the description of The Best of Friends. Weird. All right. All of this actually is the description of The Best of Friends by Lucinda Berry, so I'm not sure why it's here on the Off the Deep End page, but that's a big mistake and it should be fixed. I'm not sure what Off the Deep End is about, but there's a car and water and it's a thriller. So that's all the information we have from Storygraph at this time. Next up, we have Natasha Preston. Okay. Shush. I know, I always pick up Natasha Preston and then I hate her books, but this one, but this one sounds good. It's about Jagged Island, a private amusement park for the very rich. Hello, I love amusement park thrillers. I love that setting for horror. I love a carnival. I love it, love it, love it. And it's gonna have rich people drama. I'm obsessed already. All these people get invited for an exclusive weekend before the park opens so they can like make their little social media posts. And when the teens arrive, they're stunned. The resort is even better than they imagined, but soon they'll discover that something's missing from their schedule, getting off the island alive. I'm hoping it's just like another carnival slasher that I'm obsessed with, and hopefully it won't be bad. Next up, we have The Kind Worth Saving by Peter Swanson, and this is obviously going to be the follow-up to The Kind Worth Killing. I had a very unpopular opinion on that book. I believe I rated it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I didn't love it as much as everyone else did, but I didn't think it was a bad book. Like, I thought it was a fine thriller. It was just not anything groundbreaking for me, but I am interested in the follow-up. So it's about a private eye following a possibly adulterous husband, and the trail will lead back to the woman who hired him in this devious new novel featuring characters from The Kind Worth Killing. So The Kind Worth Killing is also about adultery and someone wanting to kill their wife and then meeting a woman on the plane, and the plane lady is like, yeah, I will kill your wife if you kill my husband, and they make this little deal. It's a lot of domestic drama, a lot of cheating, just a lot of tired tropes for me, but we'll see if Peter Swanson can add a little bit of spice in this 2023 release. Next up, we have Feed Them Silence. This is by Lee Mandello. It's a little tiny short novella, and it's a horror story that dives into the minds of wolves. Hello? I'm obsessed. We're following scientific research that puts humans in like the perspective of what it's like to be an animal. And our main character is queer. It says Sean's research gives her a chance to fulfill her dreams, but at a terrible cost. Her obsession with her work endangers the fraying relationship with her wife. So love to see that. It's a queer relationship. It is weird, sciencey horror, and it's a little novella. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. And the last book that I want to talk about is probably my highest anticipated, most anticipated book that is coming out in 2023, and that is Everything the Darkness Eats by Eric LaRocca. Y'all know I love Eric LaRocca. It says evil waits for the unsuspecting in the small town of Henley's Edge, Connecticut, after a recent string of unexplained disappearances. Lives are interwoven and transformed forever when pacts are drawn, deals are made, and hatred is left unrestrained. Some will succumb to the darkness that lurks in the cellar of Mr. Hart Crowley's home. Others will resist, and some will face a truly remarkable being, creator of tides, vessel of infinity, eater of darkness. So it's giving a small town missing person thriller, but a lot more interesting than just the domestic drama. It's going to give me speculative realness, and that is what I'm here for. So that is going to be it for all of my top 23 most anticipated reads coming out in 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video and added a few new releases coming out to your TBR. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!